Season 1, The Luna They Tried to Hide. Episode 8, The Heir Beneath the Mountain. For centuries, House Sovereign had existed only as a legend. A bloodline whispered about in forgotten books. A royal family erased from history. A name deliberately buried. Yet now, that name had returned. And the closer Cassian came to uncovering the truth, the more dangerous the kingdom became. Because some secrets were never meant to survive. And some bloodlines were never meant to awaken. Cassian's office. The sunset had disappeared. Night ruled the citadel. Moonlight spilled through the towering windows of Cassian's office. The ledger lay open across his desk. House Sovereign. The words refused to leave his mind. Marcus stood nearby, watching, waiting. Neither man had spoken for several minutes. Finally, Cassian broke the silence. "Tell me everything." Marcus exhaled. "There isn't much." Cassian looked up. That answer irritated him immediately. Marcus continued. "Which is exactly the problem." He pointed to the records. "Every royal family has generations of documentation." He opened another file. Birth records. Another. Marriage records. Another. Political alliances. He closed the stack. House Sovereign has almost nothing. Cassian frowned. "Someone erased them." Marcus nodded. Professionally. The room fell silent. Because there was only one reason to erase an entire bloodline. Fear. Someone had feared them. Arya's dream. That night, Arya slept. And the dream returned. This time it felt stronger. More real. The woman with silver eyes stood before her once again. Beautiful. Powerful. Ancient. Behind her stretched a massive throne room carved into black stone. Silver banners flowed from the walls. Wolf symbols glowed across the floor. Arya recognized none of it. Yet somehow it felt familiar. Like a memory. Not a dream. The woman smiled sadly. "You are running out of time." Arya's heart raced. "Who are you?" The woman stepped closer. "Your mother." The words shattered through her. Everything froze. The air. The room. Time itself. Her voice broke. The woman nodded. Tears filled her silver eyes. "My daughter." Arya reached toward her. But before she could touch her, darkness exploded through the throne room. Shadow consumed everything. The woman's expression changed instantly. Fear. "Wake up." Arya stared. "What?" The woman's voice rose. "Wake up now. The assassin arrives." A black vehicle crossed the citadel bridge. The driver never spoke. The passenger never moved. The operative sent by the Eclipse Circle watched the royal citadel grow larger. His mission was simple. Find Arya Blackwood. Determine how much she remembered. And, if necessary, ensure she never remembered anything again. The thought brought no emotion. He had spent his entire life eliminating problems. And the girl had become a problem. Beneath the mountain. Elsewhere. Far below the citadel. Ancient power continued awakening. The chamber glowed brighter than ever. Silver energy raced through the walls. The symbols carved into the stone pulsed like a heartbeat. Waiting. Calling. Remembering. And for the first time in centuries, the sealed doors began moving. Stone groaned. Dust filled the air. The mountain itself was awakening. Arya awakens. Arya sat upright in bed, breathing hard. Sweat covered her skin. The dream felt real. Too real. Her mother. The woman had called herself her mother. Arya immediately stood. Something felt wrong. A strange pressure filled the room. The air itself seemed heavier. Charged. Waiting. Then, pain exploded through her wrist. Arya gasped. Silver light flashed beneath her skin. Only for a second. But it was enough. Because she saw it. A symbol. Glowing beneath her flesh. The same symbol from the painting. The same symbol from the ledger. The same symbol beneath the mountain. House Sovereign. The mark vanished almost instantly, leaving Arya staring, terrified, and completely awake. The royal gallery. The next morning, Cassian returned to the portrait. He stood alone. The gallery remained quiet. Empty. Yet his instincts wouldn't let him ignore what had happened. The painting had reacted. Not to him. To Arya. His wolf stirred again. Mine. The possessive growl echoed through him. Stronger than before. Cassian clenched his jaw. This wasn't normal. Nothing about Arya was normal. And every answer seemed to create 10 more questions. A movement caught his attention. For the briefest moment, the portrait's eyes shifted, watching him, then stopped. Cassian froze. The gallery fell silent once more. But now he knew. He wasn't imagining things. Something inside the citadel was alive. And it knew exactly who Arya was. Marcus makes a discovery. Hours later, Marcus burst into Cassian's office. For perhaps the first time in years, the beta looked genuinely shocked. Cassian immediately stood. What happened? Marcus threw a folder onto the desk. You need to see this. Cassian opened it. His expression darkened. Inside sat an ancient painting. A royal family portrait. One of the few surviving images of House Sovereign. A king. A queen. Several children. And one young girl. Cassian stared. Because the child looked exactly like Arya. Narrator. The dreams were changing. The mountain was awakening. The mark had appeared. And now proof existed that Arya's connection to House Sovereign was real. But elsewhere, an assassin had entered the kingdom. And he was already searching. Because the enemies who buried Arya's bloodline had finally realized the truth. Their secret was awakening. And the heir they thought lost forever had been hiding in plain sight.